but also something that's coming, everybody. And again,
Segue.
we're reaching back, we're reaching in, and Disney is doing something else. Disney decided recently that we know there's a Mandalorian new season coming forward, but they also said that Jon Favreau wants to direct a Mandalorian and Grogu feature film. And that is me too, our feature story of the night. All right, everybody. No, we're going over a little bit, but hey, stick with us. We're going to talk about Mandalorian for a second, because The Mandalorian and Grogu is coming as a feature film. And they said before that the Rey story would be the next one shooting for the Star Wars franchise, but that is wrong, because this is the first movie shooting for Star Wars since the last one, the trilogy, since the Rise of Skywalker. So this is the next one coming. And so they're going to start shooting in 2024. Jon Favreau is behind this. Dave Filoni, of course, is in this too. Kathleen Kennedy involved with this, but Dave Filoni is stepping back because he's been kind of leading the Star Wars wagon for a little bit, and Favreau has been stepping back, but now Favreau is stepping back in. The king of Star Wars himself is taking over, and he's going to direct this, as he did with the first beginnings of Mandalorian. Direct this, and it's going to be an all-out just movie with Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, I think this is a great idea, honestly. I mean, I saw Sean shaking his head, but I think that this is good fitting into a cinematic universe. Like, give me an hour and a half movie of them just like kicking some ass and doing some story. Maybe it segues in the next thing. But then again, also, it's like, we know we have another series coming, so is there a point for it as well? But there must be something. And people online are speculating they're going to get rid of that whole like Avengers-style mashup of Ahsoka and Mandalorian and Thrawn, and have them all like fight Thrawn. But I don't think that's going to go away in Boba Fett. I think that's still going to happen with Filoni. I think they're just kind of pushing a little bit because they're trying to decide what they're going to do with Ahsoka, what's going to happen with that, where they're going to go with those franchises before they decide on how they're going to do that movie. And so something happened. Maybe during the whole strike stuff, they were like, let's readdress everything. Let's figure things out. But Favreau is coming forward, doing this movie, and it's going to happen. There's no details right now for the plot. It's all under wraps, and there's no word if Pedro Pascal will come back, but he probably will. Again, his arms hurt don't stop him. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding?
But come back in voiceover. That's what he'll come back, because he's got a sweet ass deal, everybody. We're all got to do to go in the sound booth for a few hours, record dialogue. Okay. Sweet ass deal. Mike, I'm gonna go to you first because I know you're itching and dying to talk about this, Mike. So, are you excited about Grogu and Mandalorian movie after all we've already had? Do you think that the franchise needs this, warrants it, or do you think that they're just kind of doing too much with the Mandalorian and they should just like focus on the show or cancel the show? How you feel?
Great ass.
All right.
Do that one more time. Great ass. that's for you, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Dude, fucking Disney owns Star Wars now. Like, why even bother with the Mandalorian at this point? Just give me the Grogu, like, princess cartoon. Like, I'll show up. I'll show up with, all the neighborhood children. I'll Pied Piper them into the theater as I do every Sunday morning in my local province. I don't know.
In your local province? What year is it?
I'm Canadian.
It's the year you're stuck in your trunk.
Did I that to you, Sabrina?
Since
The local
when?
province?
Trunk is Canadian.
Oh my god.
But the local.
So that's what you want to see, Mike?
Okay, that
You
is
don't
the
want to see
local
this
province. All right, you win.
It seems so callous, Brian. Like it's just okay. It's okay. It's more Mandalorian, more Grogu. Like I don't know. Is there? This is a question I would like to pose to the panel at large. Like, does this seem like a labor of love, or is this just the algorithm telling us what we need to pump out to make the frickin' monkeys want to continue going to work so they can pump their capital at you? I don't know. It seems callous to me.
Yeah, well, it does seem like a money grab in a lot of ways. I feel you on that too. But do you see like any world that this makes sense as a feature film though? Like honestly, it's
100% makes sense. It's all the same stupid dumb cowboy stories, like rescuing a child. This is what True Grit. It's the same thing. Like it's pulling at those same heartstrings, and it made sense in the past. It makes sense now. Like it's just there. Now it's got like the level of polish that is provided by a $1 trillion company behind it. So it just like. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has a whole lot of soul to it. Although they'll put a whole panel of artists on it to give it an artificial soul, or maybe they'll just defy the agreement that they put together with SAG-AFTRA and have AI write a script for them. I don't know. This shit seems callous to me, dude.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean? I don't know what's going on, Sabrina. What do you think, Sean? I don't know. I think she was yelling at Peppy.
Probably. He's probably
Sean, what do you think about
everywhere,
this?
right?
Yeah, peas and everything. Do you think that's a good idea for The Mandalorian?
Honestly, the writing was on the wall as soon as you saw the Mando and Grogu. You knew this was going to happen.
100%.
People love their Grogu. People love their Mando. People love their Mando and Grogu. Of course, they're going to get a movie. Yeah. I could have put money on this and got lost money, even though I was going to get it right. Like, the Vegas odds were that bad, to put a bet on this shit. It was bound to happen. Now, if they're going to do this, hopefully it's something that either ends their story or ties things into or something, but, like, just do this and be done with it, please.
Yes, I think it should be an end. They shouldn't go into another season. So plan another season.
Listen, I'm not going to say no to more Mando and Grogu. I think when we talked about it last time when this came up, I would love to see this kind of evolve more into an anthology kind of show, right? Where regardless of where they are in the timeline or whatever, we're just getting fun little space hijinks with Grogu and Din Djarin. And I'd be fine with that. The problem is again, it's just been shoehorned to make sense and make us care about Boba Fett again and make us care about Ahsoka again, and then worry about all these characters from Rebels again because, God damn it, I just hope Grogu shows up. If Grogu shows up, I'm going to show up. That's the bottom line. So, yeah, I would love if they do another show, let it just be one-off episodes the entire time and let them do fun little space capers. Maybe Grogu does some flips and he goes, and he eats his little balls or whatever. But no. If they do a movie, let him.
Sorry.
You know how he likes his little chocolate balls. He eats little balls.
He loves little balls.
Cute. Yeah.
He loves little balls. Yeah, that's Grogu. Friend of the balls.
That's how it works. Friend of the balls.
There's also a rumor that he's going to be in the Rey movie too, with her training the new Jedi, like in this whole new Jedi temple situation, and that's where he's going to come into. But everyone's saying, I've seen multiple people online being like, he's going to die. You can't kill Grogu. You can't kill him.
No, what are you, stupid?
Okay.
If you kill Grogu, you kill your audience, you ass. Just
Yeah.
You're not gonna. Yeah, you're slaughter the
kill him.
calf. This
You slaughter the universe. Star Wars is done. If Grogu is dead, you're done. So he was a sensation.
The moment he chose Mandalorian over Jedi, that was over. That thought was over.
In Wall-E, they tried to fake us out, be like, oh, Wally's gonna die, and they
Not gonna die.
brought it out to the very end. It's like, no, man, it's Disney. They're not gonna do that to their audience.
So Sabrina and Grogu.
Who the fuck is Sabina?
What do you think about this? Do you think that this is a good idea to come into with Mando and hang out in a movie, or do you think that they should stick to the series and not just? But Favreau is coming in, so maybe it'll be great, right? Maybe it'll be great.
First question: how much have you had to drink tonight? That's my first question.
I've had a beer and a half.
Sabina would like to say that Grogu is my favorite character. I don't like even calling him that. I like calling him Baby Yoda. And I will watch anything that he's in. But that being said, Sean, 100% right. Like with what you said as well. That hold on, let me just get that hair in my face. Thank you. Adorable. So essentially, I'm with Sean on the fact that like people will come and see this regardless because that's what they want to see, and the fact that they do all of these other series with the hope of seeing Grogu. Like that's why people watch Boba Fett. That's why you watch this. Like you were just waiting for that moment that he would arrive. Honestly. So, and I'm one of those people. The only reason why I watched Mandalorian in the first place is I would like Brian would be watching and I'd be like, and then I'd see it. I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. I'd sit down and like hunker down for the scene, and then I'd be like, I'm done. And then I started watching, and I'm like, oh my god, this is really good. But my problem with this is honestly, why don't you just make Mandalorian focused on them? Like, why are you putting the Mandalorian into this like weird area where it's like now focused on Bo-Katan and like you're doing all these other things? Like, why don't you just continue the show where it started and focus on the two characters that people love the most instead of making a movie. Like, it's just annoying, like, that a show's going to go on and then a movie is also going to happen. And it's like the show will then go on after that. It's like, can we go through all the ways that you should probably just keep it in the same fucking area? It's really fucking annoying. So I would prefer if they just kept doing the show and kept it in the same direction. You want to do a movie? Fine. I will be here for it. I will watch it because it's Grogu. However, I think it would be way better, way better if they just kept it in the fucking line of the fucking show that it was created upon. I don't know why they do that. I really don't.
Yeah.
He's not been killed several times, Richard Tracy. When was he killed? He was not killed.
That's Goku, not Grogu. Goku, not Grogu.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh God, we're talking about the chat is
That's
literally
Dragon Ball
been
Z.
off the rails. I've not been paying attention at all.
And
I was like,
Popeye,
wait, he didn't die. He's not
Goku.
overrated.
There's a lot going on there. Yeah,
Grogu
I think it's interesting.
At 100 times gravity.
Oh my God.
He's unstoppable.
He went Teo-Ken times 10. I saw it.
I just think it's interesting that they're going to do this because again they've been focusing on Disney Plus. Maybe this is maybe this is a Bob Iger thing because Bob Iger is like we can do less Disney Plus stuff and start pushing theatrical stuff again. So maybe that's his like way of being like let's just do a movie, make some bank off it, and then and you know what might happen. That series or the new season might be canceled because if they're going to do a movie this year, when are they going to shoot the next season of Mandalorian? If they're doing a movie this year, that's going to take 4 or 5 months, probably 4 months at least, and then you're going to have reshoots. And when are you going to do Mandalorian? So maybe this is a way of them just not saying it.
Mandalorian's not going to include
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is not going to include Mandy, which is what's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, thank you. And it's also not going to include Grogu.
Well, they were saying it's being split season. They could do. They didn't do a Bo-Katan series.
Sabina's having a hard time with English.
Sabina,
English is not working.
Sabina, get it together. Come on. Sabini, beanie, do it. I just think it's fascinating they're going to do this.
And the new season of Mandalorian is going to focus on Bo-Katan and all the other Mandalorians. Like, it's very easy for them to like splinter off. And if Jon Favreau's not doing it, I don't see why they can't do both at the same time, honestly.
It's true. Then it becomes a Mandalorian. Just becomes about the Mandalorians on Mandalore, and it's not really about
the Mandalorian, if you could call him that, or Grogu, and
maybe that's
Ryan.
They add an S to the show name, and no one's the
Mandalorians.
Wiser. There you go, Mandalorians.
Exactly.
Rogas.
Nailed it.
Mandalorians and Friends. That's what we're gonna do. Mandalorians and Friends. But it's happening,
and then you
everybody.
Have to pop in for like 1 or 2 episodes for like a cameo. There'll be like a Lizzo and Jack Black situation.
Oh God, ain't nobody got time.
No
for
one
that.
loved it, but I'm saying it was 1 episode. It was a poppin'.
Ain't nobody got time.
Do you prefer the Christopher Lloyd reference? Like, is that better for you?
I like Hey, who doesn't want to see Christopher Lloyd show up?
Yeah,
that was great.
Cameo.
Happy
A cameo.
Hump
Just
Day,
referencing
everybody.
a cameo.
You know
not
the
the
Pep Star
character.
loves him some Hump Day.
No. To be honest with you, when we saw the Christopher Lloyd cameo, we had to know, something's afoot, and we were going to get some more cameos. And
in the same episode, they really loaded it.
It was not great.
Too many.
I love this news. I love it.
Thanks, Pepe. But yeah, this is happening. Mandalorian movie is moving forward. Mandalorian Grogu, it's a buddy cop movie. I think they're going to go out in the business and try to find out and solve a case. And then they'll eventually become even better friends, have some babies
Solve the case?
women.
Where's this SVU? Like, I don't understand what's happening right now.
Grogu's. And then they'll have a good day.
I think they have eggs. I think
they have eggs.
Has eggs.
I could see them having eggs. So it'll be an egg-tastic celebration of Mandalorian
you could see
life.
Them having eggs, but you'd have to pay for it.
That's for Patreon subscribers. There you go.
Anyways, everybody, this is happening. Grogu, Mandalorian, Grogu. How do we look at? They're coming together again one more time for a movie. Jon Favreau is happening. He's ready. He's making this shit happening. And I honestly hope it's good. And I hope it takes Mandalorian back to season 1. And it's fantastic. It makes me aspire to see more Mandalorian in the future. And it makes me have a new felt admiration for this series moving forward. And it makes it come to a new life that we want another season moving forward. But it's happening. So hopefully Jon Favreau makes something great.
Yo, player, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.